Bismillahir Rahmanir Rahim. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh. This is Haroon. Welcome once again to our reflections as we prepare for the month of Ramadan. In this video, I want to talk about 8 steps that every one of us can think about as we prepare to welcome the blessed month of Ramadan. Number 1, we should really think about creating some sort of Ramadan countdown. I don't mean a clock on the wall. What I mean is that talking to people around you, your brothers, your sisters, your friends, about the month of Ramadan, getting people mentally ready for this great month of Ramadan. This is what this video is trying to do, and our channel is trying to do now, which is really getting that excitement ready for the month of Ramadan. Talking to your children about the month of Ramadan, explaining to them what the month of Ramadan is actually about and why it's important for Muslims to prepare themselves for the month of Ramadan as well. Number 2, which ties into number 1, is that we should think about seeking knowledge about the month of Ramadan. So beyond just learning the fiqh, the regulations, the law that we have to follow when it comes to fasting, the prayer, Quran, all of those things are very, very important. We should also learn what the month of Ramadan is also about spiritually. What is the month about? What is it about fasting that's so special? What is it about fasting and breaking the fast together? What is it about staying up late into the morning and turning to Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala? What is it about the Quran? Why is the Quran really important? Why do we need to recite and understand the Quran as well? The more knowledge you have, the more focused you will be, and you will know exactly where to focus your energies during the month of Ramadan. That reminds me of the third point, which is making a Ramadan plan. And this might sound mundane, but it's very, very important to sit down with a pen and paper and just plan your day. It doesn't have to be detailed, but just know what you're doing at different points of the day as well. And that way you can set yourself goals. For example, you can set yourself a goal of trying to recite a certain amount of pages of the Quran in the morning, in the afternoon, and the evening. Maybe planning where you'll be having a nap if you need to have a nap. The sort of food you're going to be eating, any other commitments that you will have during the month of Ramadan. So have a Ramadan plan. Where will you be going to pray your prayers? Which mosque will you be going? Do you really need to travel that far to get to that mosque? Can you go to a mosque that's closer? Can you walk there? Can you make it a green Ramadan even, where you're not polluting the environment, or you're not driving your car to the mosque early in the morning and banging your door and causing inconvenience to people who are sleeping, who are not fasting, who are not Muslims perhaps. But also that's part of fasting, the awareness that you have about those around you. Because a Sufi is always thinking about how he or she can serve others. And part of serving others is also making sure that no one is harmed while we're doing our spiritual acts as well. And that reminds me also of number 4, which is to know your commitments, know your life. If you're married, you'll have commitments to your spouse. So make sure you honor those rights. You'll have commitments to your employers, making sure the huququl ibad are always honored. In our Sharia, as you know from my previous videos, that the rights of fellow human beings, it's very, very important. So let it not be that in trying to fulfill the rights of God, we neglect the rights of His creation. Do you need to buy Eid gifts perhaps? In our homes, we've been talking about Eid gifts, because you don't really want to be scrambling around in the month of Ramadan, making phone calls and looking on Instagram and trying to find someone who can get you those last minute Eid gifts. Can you prepare for it all now? So in the month of Ramadan, you're just focused. This is part of being an organized Muslim as well. Number 5 is preparing spiritually. So it's about fasting, it's about praying, reading the Quran, giving charity as well. And so start preparing yourself right now. In our previous video, we talked a little bit about preparing spiritually, making sure if you can to get to the mosque for the male folk, for the sisters, sitting down, making sure you're praying the sunnah, the nawafil, all of those things as well, getting up for tahajjud, praying Quran a little bit more as well, so that once you move into the month of Ramadan, you're ready. Have you been fasting in the month of Rajab? Are you fasting in the month of Sha'ban? These things are very, very important as well. But alongside the spiritual preparation, number 6, there's the mental preparation as well. So thinking about the idea that you won't be eating as much, you won't have as much energy perhaps as well, working on your patience, being extra vigilant when you're having conversations, what are you using your tongue to talk about? Are you remembering God as much as you should be remembering Him? No backbiting, no slandering, talking about useless things, being focused, preparing yourself in the month of Ramadan, for the month of Ramadan as well. Also, step number 7, you have bad habits. Maybe this is a Ramadan to quit smoking. Maybe this is a Ramadan to quit some of those bad habits that we are all fallen into. Do you really need to use Facebook in the month of Ramadan? Do you really need to use Twitter in the month of Ramadan? Will it make a difference to your life? Or is it better for you to switch off? Of course, this is not a blanket rule. For some people, it's important to be connected. For others, it's less so, right? Do you use Facebook just to look at other people and just look at what they're doing? Do you really need to be focused on your Creator as well? So these are important things to focus on. Number 8, and finally, is to plan your entire Ramadan, your life even, around worship. So can you get to the mosque for Dhuhr? Do you need to get to the mosque for Asr, Maghrib? What sort of programs are taking place in the month of Ramadan? Which sheikh can you listen to? Who can you benefit from during the month of Ramadan as well? Do you really need your phone when you go to the mosque for Asr, for example? Is that essential? Or will it just distract you during the prayers as well? For Taraweeh, which mosque will you be going to? Find out what time the prayers are there. Who's going to be praying there? And finding out these things are very, very important as well. So plan your entire day, plan your entire month around worship. This is very, very important. What you don't want to be doing the month of Ramadan is sort of working out how you're going to navigate for the month of Ramadan. Rather, one should prepare for the month of Ramadan right now while they have a few more weeks before this month sets in. So I hope that we will all reach the month of Ramadan. It will be a blessed month for us. And inshallah, you can continue with us on our journey as we prepare for the month of Ramadan. Until next time, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.